All right, so after yesterday's assignment, we had to move on to just a new aspect of it today. We're basically doing the same thing, but we're gonna just add to it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into File, and I'm gonna save this as a copy. Just opening yesterday's assignment, save it as a copy. So now that it's saved as a copy, I'll change this to Digital Art 2. All right, so are you familiar with how photography works? Like back in the old days, and they would take a picture and it would actually go onto a camera roll. So whenever they did that, there was an image that would print on the camera roll, and that would be like a black and white image, and it would be what they called a negative. So whenever it went onto the film, it was actually the opposite of what it was actually supposed to turn out as. Today we're going to try to create a negative within a computer program. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change this around, and let's just switch our backdrop out. So we'll choose a backdrop. Instead of doing that, just click Paint. We're going to switch this backdrop to just black. So do the paint bucket, and then where it says fill, you can turn the brightness all the way down, and that'll create a black. And we should be able to just click on it. So let's just click this square, change your fill to all black, the black outline, and then you can just highlight this area, just drag it out. Okay, so now we have this black background. Let's add a sprite to it. You can choose whatever sprite you want. Just going to do this car. Now if I run the program as is from yesterday, it's going to do the same thing it had been doing. Hopefully. Yeah, so everywhere that it touched black, it turned it to black, and now it's getting to the car and it's turning it white. I don't know how fast this is running on your computer, but my computer's super slow today. So when I look at this now, I can see that my car it basically drew an outline of it. And that's the way that old photography worked. Was that anywhere there was an object, that would turn that object white instead or black instead of white. And this is how it would come up. So what we need to do is we actually need to switch our costumes from the way we had them yesterday to the opposite. So today if it's touching black, we're going to switch it to white. Everything else, we're going to switch to black. Now if we run the program again, see everything is now switching to white. And where my car is, it switches it to black. So we basically created a shadow of the image. What we want the program to do now is get rid of our car so that we don't see it. So that I can drop it anywhere, and after the program runs, it'll just disappear out of the frame. So in order to do that, we're going to have to go into looks, and there's two that we haven't used yet: show and hide. So at the beginning of the like if I click hide right now, it makes the car go away. If I click show, it makes the car show back up. But I don't want to have to click show and hide. It shouldn't have to work like that. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go in, I'll show it for now, and we'll make it so that as soon as we start the program, we'll have it show the car. So as soon as the program starts, it'll show the car to us. And we can see it just like we have before. But now we're going to make the other half of the program communicate with this part of the program, with this sprite, which we've never done before. We've always had it so that they were separate from each other. We're going to communicate now, so that I can actually make my car disappear. In order to do that, I have to do a excuse me. I'm going to do an event and do a broadcast. Or I'm sorry, a when I receive. So I'll do when I receive a message, I'm going to hide. Now for my other one, I'm going to have to do a broadcast message. So I'll go down to the bottom. And I'll do broadcast. Just adding that to the bottom. Now whenever it broadcasts a message from here, it'll communicate to this one. When I receive message 1, I'm going to hide it. Now once this program finishes running, the convertible should go away. I swear this ran faster yesterday. Our y is not getting less than negative 178. That's why this isn't stopping. Let me change this to negative 177. There you go. If I was looking at my y, it just kept repeating at negative 178. It wouldn't go any lower, so it wasn't stopping the program. So that's why it would never go to this broadcast message to make the convertible disappear, because it just kept looping because it wouldn't go any lower. So just by changing this value to negative 177, it made it so that it actually made it to this point, negative 178, and stopped because y was less than that. So that's how we can create a negative of a value. Now if I click the green flag, start the program over, the green convertible should be back. And it runs through the same process. Now if we wanted to make this program complete faster, I could change that y value again. Make it like, so we've already made it past the car. So I can make that y value anything really. I can make it negative 50. And that'll cut off shortly here. The only difference is it won't make your whole screen white. So there our convertible disappeared. Any questions on any of that? I didn't think so. It's not too difficult once you have the broadcast message in. The whole point of this lesson was to teach you how to make your one sprite communicate with the other, so that by using this broadcast message. Any questions at all? I will say the only thing, make sure after you're done with it to share it. It just makes it easier for me to find from my end. If not, even if you don't do that, I can find it, but it just makes it a little more difficult. All right, if you guys don't have any questions, then we are good. You don't have to stick around. If you're working through the code, I don't know if you work through it with me, but if you're working through it on your own, I'll stick around till the end of class, till 9 o'clock to answer any questions you might have. Otherwise, you're good to go.